Today, I'm taking on the challenge to master chess in just one day using this one simple technique. Mastering chess quickly sounds like a dream, right? Many of us have been there, trying to improve our gameplay, only to get bogged down by complex strategies and endless possibilities. But what if I told you there's a simpler way? For a lot of players, the biggest hurdle is feeling overwhelmed. There are so many pieces, so many possible moves, and it can be hard to know where to start. You spend hours studying openings, middle game strategies, and endgames, but still, you find yourself making mistakes. It's frustrating, to say the least. Another challenge is trying to memorize all the different lines and variations. You might learn a new opening, but then you have to worry about your opponent's response, and their response to that, and so on. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. And then there's the problem of analysis paralysis. You're in a game, and you spend so much time thinking about your next move that you lose track of the bigger picture. You're not just playing against your opponent, you're also playing against the clock. Lastly, it's hard to know what's working and what's not. You might make a move that seems good at the time, but it ends up costing you the game. It's hard to learn from those mistakes if you're not sure what went wrong. The technique I'm about to share with you changes all that. It's called controlling the center with pawns. It sounds simple, but trust me, it's powerful. By focusing on controlling key central squares with your pawns, you can dictate the flow of the game and make it harder for your opponent to maneuver. For example, imagine you're playing a game, and you start by moving your pawn to b4. This move immediately stakes a claim on the center of the board and opens up lines for your pieces to develop. Your opponent has to respond, and now you're in a position to dictate the pace of the game. Let's say your opponent plays a defensive move, and you have to decide what to do next. By keeping an eye on the center, you can spot opportunities to gain an advantage. Maybe you can push a pawn to d4, attacking your opponent's position and gaining more space to operate. The key is to be flexible and adapt to changing circumstances. As the game unfolds, you might need to adjust your strategy, but by keeping control of the center, you'll always have a solid foundation. This technique isn't just about memorizing moves, it's about understanding how to think about the game. It's about developing a sense of what matters most and where to focus your attention. Let's see this technique in action. Imagine a game where I'm down a pawn and my opponent is poised to promote. It looks hopeless, but I use the technique to turn things around. I focus on controlling the center, and suddenly I spot a weakness in my opponent's position. I make a series of moves that take advantage of that weakness, and before long, I'm back in the game. In fact, I'm able to turn the tables and win the game. It's not just about making a comeback, it's about how the technique helps me stay focused and make better decisions under pressure. The dramatic turnaround is impressive, but what's even more impressive is how easily it can be applied. You don't need to be a grandmaster to use this technique, you just need to understand the basics. So, to recap, the key to mastering chess quickly is to focus on controlling the center with pawns. It's a simple yet powerful technique that can elevate your gameplay and help you make better decisions. If you're excited to try this technique out, I want to hear about it. Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to watch my next video on advanced chess strategies. I'll be diving deeper into some of the more complex concepts that can take your game to the next level.